guys, this is Monica with the romoplans, and today I'm back here to share my MakseLife planner haul with you that I purchased during their launch. So if you're not aware, MakseLife is a planning and goal setting system. I've been using the vertical planner this year. I love the planner. It's amazing. I am changing things up a little bit in 2022. So I actually did not get the vertical planner this year. So I'm excited to show you what I got and kind of my thoughts on how I'm going to be using this planner. This year, MakseLife has so many options that really fit pretty much any planning style. So they have their normal flagship planners that I actually got one of the flagship planners, and this came in this nice box. And so I don't know if all of the flagship planners are coming in the boxes or if they were using up the boxes that they had. I think all of the flagship planners come in the boxes, and then the outside box had just used up what they had. But they have the normal 12-month dated flagship planners in the vertical and horizontal. They have 6-month undated vertical and horizontal planners on a coil, like a standard metal coil. And then they had the quarterly daily on a coil as well. They also had inserts and their companion notebooks. Whether you're using their planner for your regular planning or you're not, they have something that'll fit your needs. I'll have a link to their site down below if you want to check them out. It's just an amazing company, an amazing planner. So with your order, you do get this card in here, and this is Sierra, the founder of MakseLife. She is a life coach and a planner girl herself. It just says, live your best life with us at MakseLife. Thank you so much for your support. And then it has their links to all of their online communities. They have a free Facebook community, which is amazing. Also, one thing that's amazing about MakseLife is if you want to try out their layouts and things like that, they do have free printables on their site. So you can really test it out before you make a purchase to see if it's going to work for you. And then there's nothing on the back. So you get this card. I did get just a couple of accessories. I want to go through those before I show you the planner that I got. So I'm just going to put that off to the side. The first thing that I got was their adhesive pen holder. It's in this really pretty dark gray. It just goes like on the back cover of the planner. I just got one since I am using the 12-month planner just to keep a pen with it at all times. And then the next accessory that I got, I'm super excited about. So it is a telescope pen pouch. So these have kind of been more prevalent in the planner community this year. And I really love how neutral this is. I ended up asking my husband if he wanted one because he's going to school and he's not like a pen. He's like, I have one pen and I'm fine. But I love this. So if you have not seen the telescope pen pouches, so it zips up here, it stands up. So you can just stand it up on your desk, and then it unzips, and then you can bring it down and you can have your pen. So I have the mild liners that go with the MakseLife colors in here. And if I end up getting any other pens that go with the MakseLife colors, I'm going to keep these here. So it just sits up on your desk, so whether it's open or closed, and it's super cute. Inside it has this really pretty, it's kind of like a mint green lining on it. It's not, I wouldn't say it's teal. I would say it's more of like a mint green color, but I just love it. And then when you're done with it, you just pull it up, and then you can zip it back up. And then it has this tag where it says MakseLife. So super cute pen pouch here. So those are the only two accessories that I got. I kind of went super conservative. They have a lot of accessories. They have a sticker book, and I still have the sticker book from last year with a good amount of stickers in it. So I ended up deciding not to get the sticker book just because I still have the one from last year. They also have these bookmarks that fit the flagship planner. These are the ones that I got from last year. These are really good quality, so I'm actually just going to use these for 2022. You have one that says my vision, one that says monthly goals, and one that says this week. So you can mark a couple of places in your planner. For their coil planners, they don't have the like bookmarks that snap into the coil, but they do have magnetic bookmarks. But I have heard that if you have, since it is a standard coil, if you have accessories that fit on a standard coil, they should fit on that coil as well. All right, so let's jump in to the exciting part, and that is the planner. So I ended up going with the floral cover, and I love this cover. So they have, with their flagship planner, and their flagship is just their normal 12-month dated planner that comes on the Wire O binding. It comes on the Wire O because this is a big planner. So you can see, because it has all of the goal setting pages and all of the planning pages in here, so it just would not fit on a standard coil. So that's why it comes on the Wire O binding. So they have 4 cover options. They have 2 artist series covers. This is one of the artist series covers. And then they have 2 of like their designs. And so their designs are it kind of looks like a surfboard. It's like a wood background with some colorful stripes down the front. And then they have a like light gray chevron cover that I almost ended up getting, and then they have another artist cover. I'm just gonna put a picture of it because I'm not really sure exactly how to explain it, but it's really cute as well. So all of their flagship planners, they do come with this elastic band attached to the planner. Because it is kind of a big planner, it really helps to keep it closed if you're needing to keep it closed. And then the back has their logo on it. And I did just want to mention that with the Wire O binding, I use sticker kits pretty much every week. There are a couple of weeks that I have not used sticker kits. So this one is the one that I've used, and we are currently in the very end of November. So I have a month left in this planner. So you can see, while it did bulk up, it didn't bulk up that big. And with the Wire O binding and this hard cover, it doesn't like flare out like a standard coil does, which is, I really like that it doesn't really, it helps keep its shape more. Cause like, if you have a standard coil and you have sticker, sometimes it's like really thick on one end and not as thick on the other end. So I did want to share that with you if you do use stickers. All right, so there have been some design changes from 2021 to 2022. So in the front cover is just this gray diagonal stripe, and then the MakseLife cover page. So you can see, so this was the 2021 version. So you can see it's very similar, but like it's not as bold, but the date isn't as bold. It's just a thinner line, which I really like. And then it starts with a letter from Sierra, and then this is the goal setting tab. These tabs are laminated and they're very sturdy. But I do like that the whole page isn't coated. So, because I know with some planners, like the divider page is coated. So sometimes it's kind of weird with pens and stuff. So then it just goes through getting started, and it kind of talks, and this walks you through her system. And it says the key to a more satisfying life is creating a consistent habit of designing how you spend your time and filling it with what matters most to you. So it talks about just getting started, the weekly and the daily features, and then it goes through the steps. So step 1 is you have the compass assessment, then you are setting intentions, then you do your annual goals and vision, you do your monthly goals and your weekly actions, and then you have your monthly reflections and your quarterly review. And all throughout it has these quotes up here. So then you have the compass assessment. So this talks about the compass assessment and how it's establishing a starting point, evaluating your life as a whole, and so you can embrace the growth. And then you have the compass here. So once you take the compass assessment, you can either shade in or there's different ways you can shade in. Here, some people use mod liners, some people use pen, just whatever works for you to see where you fall within all of your categories. So then this is the assessment, and you just go through and you rate yourself, and then you take the average of all your scores. I like this because it's very much, it's not a, how do you feel about this area of your life? It kind of gives you something, it gives you measurements of what you're really looking at within that area of life. And I usually will take this, I usually look at this on a couple of days because sometimes I feel better in some categories than other categories. That way I'm not kind of scoring myself higher or lower, I'm just kind of seeing an accurate perception of that. So then you have your intentions page. So you can set your intentions for the year, and then you can put your word for 2022 and what your word means to you. The prep work in the MakseLife Planner is very short compared to other goal setting systems like the Power Sheets. So a lot of the work that's done is throughout the year with the weekly actions, the weekly reflections, the monthly reflections, quarterly reflections, and the upfront work is very minimal. So then this page just has some information about setting goals, committing to goals, reviewing goals, and then removing goals as well. And then these two pages have some information about setting goals, like writing goals, the 3 types of goals, so stretch, progress, and maintenance goals, which is very interesting because before I started the MakseLife system, I thought that goals had to be these big things that you wanted to accomplish, but adding in the maintenance type goals really helped me throughout the year. So then you go through annual goals, monthly goals, and weekly actions, and it just kind of talks about the different steps to that. So the annual goals is your long-term vision. The monthly goals is a chunk down and check-in of your annual goals. And then the weekly actions are your action, tasks, and habits that'll help you achieve your monthly goals. So then you have your weekly reflection questions. So there is a page in each week where you can do weekly reflections. You don't have to use that page for weekly reflections, but it is encouraged. And so what they recommend that you check in on is what were your wins, what worked, what didn't work, what lessons did you learn, what adjustments do you need to make moving forward, so you can really check in on your goals every week. And then I love this page because this is things to consider in each area of life. Because sometimes, like especially with the personal category, I really struggle with that. So I like that it just has different topics for each of their categories. And their categories are personal, fun and recreation, work and learning, family and relationships, health and wellness, spiritual and personal growth, financial and physical environment. And then you have a dot grid page where you can do like a mind map, or you basically use this for anything you want. And then it goes into your annual goals. And this is where we see a little bit more of the design changes. Okay, so last year we had the scalloped icon and then the flag and then the focus here. And then it said annual goals of 2021. And then it says, how will my life improve by reaching these goals? So this is what last year looked like. So this year, they really took out a lot of the elements and made this more like gender neutral. And so anyone can use this. So instead of the scallop, they just did a circle. The line goes all the way across and then the focus is underneath it. And then you still have, how will my life improve by reaching this goal? So you have and you have a lot of space here. Don't feel like you have to fill up this space, but you do have a lot of space here. It gives you flexibility of how you want to write out your goals. So then you have 2 pages of annual goals that include all 8 categories. And then you have 2 pages where you can do a vision board. I did not do a vision board last year. I just didn't. So I'm going to try to do one for this year. So then you have some goal setting quick tips on this page, and then it goes into your monthly sections. Monthly dividers did change. So last year you had this colorful quote, and it says, be curious, get messy, make mistakes, embrace imperfections, choose courage, just begin. Whereas this year you just have this very minimal quote, and it says, just begin. So then you go into the monthly page. This is a very neutral planner, and the color in it is very minimal. So you do have color on here. The days of the week are in this blue color. The date dots are in this color. But other than that, everything else is a gray scale color scheme. The days of the week on the mini calendar are colorful. And then you have a quote up here as well. So you goes Sunday through Wednesday on this side, Thursday through Saturday on this side with the sidebar and the mini calendar. And then you go into your monthly goals. So the space for the monthly goals is smaller because you don't, theoretically, you don't have as many monthly goals as you have annual goals in each category, but it still has the circle, the bar with the category, and then your focus. And you have the quote here. And then I like how they did January goals. They just did January goals at the top. Last year they did monthly goals in January. So I like this change. All of the design changes I really like. So then you have this page here, which is a dot grid. And very lightly in gray, it has reflect on wins, what worked, what didn't work, lessons learned, and adjustments needed. So you have the reflection questions here, but it's very light. And if you don't use this, or if you don't want that to see that up at the top, then you can very easily, if you want to, you can take a thin piece of washi and cover that up, or basically do whatever you want to with this page. I've seen people do meal planning with it. I've seen people do like a budget at the beginning of the month. So you can really use this page for whatever you want to do. And then this is the weekly action page that you get with each week. It has all 8 categories, and it's you go through what are your actions on a weekly basis that you want to get done this week for your goals. And then it just says weekly action, and then it has the date rather than the week number. So last year it just said like week 1, week 2, week 3. Now it has the actual date. And I really like that because I don't really know like what week it is of the year. So it's very nice there. And then I ended up getting the horizontal planner. So this is the layout here. And I am actually planning on using this for like journaling and self-care and some memory keeping in here as well. So I'm really excited to embrace the horizontal. There's a lot of good inspiration. If you follow the hashtag on Instagram, MakseHorizontal, there's a lot of good inspiration there for horizontal layouts. So you have the days, you have a box, you have the gratitude heart, and then you have this box here that you can do whatever you want to, and then it has the holidays very small here for you. And I did want to just show you what the vertical planner looked like this year. It's very similar. I don't think a lot of it has changed. You just have the dates at the top. It is a lined vertical, but the lines are very light and I love it. Then you have this bottom box with the gratitude heart, and you have a sidebar and your habits as well. So that is what the weekly layout looks like. And then you go into a reflection page and your weekly actions. And you just repeats that all throughout the month. So then at the end of the month, you have your monthly reflection. So it just has some questions that are very similar to your weekly reflection questions, but it does have some stuff added to it. And then you can rate your satisfaction for the month. So then that's the monthly section. So then I just want to go through. So February, it says trust yourself more. March, it says no one benefits when you play small. So then at the end of March, you have your monthly reflections, and then you have your quarterly compass. So you can rate yourself on the quarterly compass, and it just has some, so you can see what your current one versus your previous section is, and then it has some questions about, based on a quarter, how you feel like you did. And then you have a lined notes page that you can use for whatever you want to do. And then April, it has progress, not perfection. May is do it scared. June is learn to rest, not quit. And then at the end of June, you have the monthly reflections, quarterly compass, and the notes page. July is when you feel better, you do better. August is choose what helps your heart bloom. September is own your story. And same thing, September, you have monthly reflections, quarterly compass, and the line notes page. October is enjoy the journey. November is master your mindset. December is stay curious. And then you have the Q4 quarterly compass and notes page. And then you have an extra section, and it says invest in your future self. So you have the yearly overview for 2022 and 2023. And then you have a spot down here where you can put important dates. And then it has a note section. So you get 2, 4, 6, 8, 9 notes pages. And you get a folder here that's double-sided, and you get a page of stickers. So you have some dots, some stretch goal stickers, some flags, and then some of the icons as well. And then there's also this folder in the back as well. And this is pretty thick, but I probably wouldn't put like too much heavy stuff in it, just because the sides of it feels a little bit thinner than the actual this part of it. And so with the wire binding, it's easier to close it front to back than back to front. So that is my new MakseLife planner. I am super excited to get started with it in 2022. And I'm just super in love with it. So let me know down below if you use a goal setting system and what you're going to be using for 2022. And I hope you liked this video. If you did, hit that like button and hit subscribe so you don't miss any more of my videos. I hope you have a great day.